Hello everyone, how are you? G'day. So I'm back, and today I'm looking at the Montblanc 149 and the 146, but more importantly I'm looking at the Pelikan M1000 versus the M805. So I did a little video a while back where I was saying that I didn't quite understand why people who would pick the 149 Montblanc over the 146 would be the same people who would pick the Pelikan M800 versus the Pelikan M1000. It seemed weird to me, and I thought I really need to work out if I agree with it. And so the way that I worked that out was to buy myself a gorgeous M805 Blue Dunes Pelikan. It's absolutely gorgeous. Such a beautiful pen. But the M1000 is better. I'm going to run through it with you. We're going to do a bit of a writing sample on all these pens, not just the Pelikans and the Montblanc 149, 146, but also some pretenders, so Chinese equivalents. And yeah, some of them with gold, some of them not with gold. All of them amazing, actually. I love all these pens. But yeah, today was actually about the Pelikan M805 being inferior, in my belief, to the M1000. Let's go. Well, when it comes to fountain pens, it doesn't get much more iconic than this. Actually, really, the Pelikan here, the M1000, the Pelikan M805, and then the Montblanc, we've got the Montblanc 146 and the Montblanc 149, Meisterstück. So yeah, the most famous pens, I reckon. And of these four, certainly the Montblanc 149 and the Pelikan M800, although in this case the M805, because it doesn't have the gold two-tone, it's got just the rhodium plate. I assume it's rhodium, but anyway, the silvery looking one. These are the ones that people tell you should be getting, and it's the same people. People who say, yep, get the 149, also say get the M800 or M805. And when you look at the nibs, you think to yourself, boy oh boy, humongous. Is that what? That's a 9, I think, the Montblanc there. And then we've got, I'm going to stop that and do it this way maybe. Yeah, like that. Beautiful. And then the M800, in this case the M805, same deal. The nib on that one, let's just get a zoom on it, shall we? Yeah, let's get a zoom. Let's get a zoom. So, beautiful nib. Absolutely gorgeous nib. Absolutely incredible. Yeah, I'll tell you what, I mean, this is a broad, so the Montblanc is a broad, and this 805 is a double broad, BB, as you can see. The tip there, yeah, it's about right. It's about right. Kind of how awkward holding these things. It's better. Right, I mean, you can see there on the tip, the Montblanc has a bit of a stub. Yeah, the Pelikan, not so much. It's a bit more angled. But that one's a double broad versus a single broad on this one on the Pelikan. So, sorry, double broad on the Pelikan, single broad on the Montblanc. Yeah. Both beautiful nibs. But different size. Different size. Ooh, I just put some ink down. That's all right. If we look at that, they're aligned at the top there. So the base of each nib starts at the same point. And you can see there that the Montblanc is significantly larger than the Pelikan. Yeah, I reckon. All right, but that's those ones. But then, well, what if we got the bigger of the Pelikan? So this is the M1000. If we put that up beside the Montblanc, yeah, now things are a bit different. So I look at that and I say these two are equivalent, or they're roughly equivalent. They have the potential to be equivalent. And I would expect that someone who's into great big honkin' nibs would be into these two pens as their number ones. Why would you go for the 805? Don't know. Should we see if there's anything to it? Should we compare them? Let's start off with the Pelikan pens. So I'm going to do a writing sample on those. Just cap up the Montblanc, so I don't want that running dry. And likewise capping up the Pelikan 805 for now. So here we are. Here we are. So let's say hello. I mean, yeah, it's probably a bit of a spoiler, but it's not wrong. Absolutely not wrong. So this ink, that's the other special thing about that one. So this ink is, what is it? It's Van Diemen's Asia Kingfisher ink. And it's absolutely my favorite now. I absolutely adore that ink. It's got a hell of a lot of gold shimmer in there, and a bit of variation in the blue, and quite often the red will come out as well. So there we are. That's the M1000. So what about the 805? So I'm going to say, again, so this is a double broad, right? So so they're both pretty juicy, aren't they? They really are. Let's zoom out a little bit. Okay, so same ink, and it was the same ink from the same bottle drawn at the same time. And yeah, I might have written a few more words with the M1000 than the 805, which would make the difference even greater on that side. But I think we can all agree that there is more ink coming out of the M1000 than there is coming out of the 805. So whether that's the case for all 805s versus 1000s, or if it's just these particular ones, I'm not so sure. I can't say I have many 805s or 1000s to compare, but certainly with this one, even though this 805 is a double broad, the 1000 is a single broad, definitely the 1000 gets more ink through the slit between the tines there. So I reckon the M805, based on that writing sample only, is inferior. What else can I say about that writing experience? Well, the M1000, when you touch the page, there is so much more feedback. There is so much more feedback than the 805. So let's do it again. I'm just going to do a few loops. And you can hear the noise as well, right? Listen to that. Okay, and with no pressure at all, that is the level of ink that I'm getting out of it, right? Yeah. So that's the 1000. Cap it up. And then this is the 805. So how do we go? Oh, should we put it next to it? Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. More quiet. Ink still flows. Didn't flow very well there, did it? Okay, yeah, and then the lines by the finest, lightest touch possible. Yeah, a little bit thinner maybe. Definitely lighter color, right? And then for the wetness test. What do you think? What do you think? I know what I think. I think it's not even close. The 1000 wins, hands down. How does it compare with the Montblanc? And why do we like the Montblanc 149? Why do people prefer the 149 over the 146? Yet they prefer the 805 over the 1000. Total lunatics, I tell you. Absolute loonies. Nothing wrong with being a loony. I'm a bit of a loony myself. Here we go. I mean, all fountain pen users are a little bit crazy, aren't we? Yeah, I like to tell myself that, but you know. All right, that's the big brother. That's the Montblanc 149, and I'm going to say I'm going to zoom in because I want to see what's happening at the end. This is the second, third. So there's a point of difference here. The ink is a Montblanc Royal Blue ink, made to go with this pen. Apparently you're supposed to only use Montblanc inks with this pen. I don't do that, but you know, I've always been a bit of a rebel. 149, 149, 146, 146, kinda. No, it's a fake one, but yeah, I know it's a bit dodge comparing the real 149 with the fake 146, but I still haven't bought one. That's not the point. The point is the dimension of the nib relative to the Pelikan. So if I get out the 805, put it up against the pseudo Montblanc, right? About the same size, right? Yeah. So if you put this down on the page, this is a medium. Yep. So. Right. So there you go. And it feels to me like a similar difference between the two Pelikans. So that nib is a lot stiffer than the big long Montblanc 149 nib. And likewise, the nib on this M800, 805, I keep saying the same bloody thing, it's the 805. This nib also doesn't flex much, right? It's quite rigid. The line width variation is quite low. Just do a really slow, no pressure at all. Let's go a bit higher, get some more views. Oop, that's on the side. Okay, no pressure at all. Same with the long here-ish. So, no pressure. It's a bit more scratchy, of course, because it's not gold, it's fake, right? Just to give you the idea of how it feels. They feel quite similar. Pelikan's a lot nicer, but yeah, they do have very similar stiffness to them. So let's put that one away, but now I also want to show you something else. Zoom out a bit. Yeah, so what do we got? A bit more room. So the 805, the Pelikan, and I can't believe it's not a Pelikan, M805. That one there is an ADMOC M800. It's Chinese clone. It says China. It says, what does it say on it? It says ADMOC. Yeah, ADMOC made in China. So it's not lying to anyone. Well, yeah, it's not lying to anyone. And it doesn't have a Pelikan on the end of the cap. It has a, what is that thing? Maybe some sort of dragon, I guess. Maybe a phoenix even, maybe. Not sure. Anyway, it's a beautiful pen. I love this pen. It was one of my favorite pens. And if I do a writing sample on this one, so we'll do it again. We'll go, yep. Zoom in a bit. What do you reckon? Yeah. Well, yeah. Hello. This. It's probably not true. It's a clone of the second best pen in the world. The nib is not fooling anyone. The nib is a Schmidt. The nib is a really, really nice steel nib. I prefer these to the box. I really like them. It's a broad, although you couldn't really tell from the writing when you compare it. So here we have a double broad in the Pelikan, and here we also, that's a single broad in the Pelikan. This is apparently a broad over here, but yeah, it's not, is it? It really isn't. Okay, so let's compare them though, like side by side. The M805 nib up against the Schmidt nib. Schmidt nib, look at that. Yeah, the M805 is just absolutely gorgeous. It really is. Look at that. But everything else Everything else about this pen is interchangeable. So, for instance, this is the cap from the Admoc Galaxy finish, and then it goes in, and I really don't want to stuff up the threads. If I do it super slowly, it goes in that less than a turn. It sits in perfectly. So there we have it. We have a replacement cap for a genuine, hang on, which one's which? No, I've completely stuffed that up, haven't I? Oops. They're both the Admoc. This is the cap from the M805. It fits in and twists. No scraping, no scratching. There it is. Perfect. Look at that. So we got a genuine cap with a Chinese body. And flip it around. Here we've got the Chinese cap and the German body. Twist, and we're in. Look at that. They're both about the same, aren't they? Not in price. A little bit different in price. And by a little bit, I mean like a redonkulous amount. Absolutely redonkulous. All right, we done with these? Yeah, I reckon. Let's put them back in the right caps. So what next? Yeah, there's a few more pens to show you. A few more pens to go over. What do we got? Still got a bit of room here. So put it onto 2 times 2. Yep. We will, let's for now stick to the Montblanc. So Montblanc 149 that we saw before is very, very, very much the same as this Wingsung 630, isn't it? Absolutely, absolutely identical. Let's go back out again. Yeah, so look at that. We've done this before. There they are. All right, so how do they write in comparison to each other? Well, this one's got the steel nib, put a stub in it. Montblanc, not a stub, although it kind of is. It's not an official stub. So here's the Wingsung. So, oops, zoom in. Okay. Yeah, I'll stand by that. This is somewhat like the pen, the third greatest nib in the world. It is a steel nib. I do not have any of these with a gold aftermarket. No, they're all steel. I do have a couple of these as stubs because I really, really, really like this as a stub. That's because the tip is actually quite narrow and you can get a really nice thin cross line like so, and without pressing you get this really nice big fat up and down line. Yeah, so very, very pretty. So that's that one. I did mention that we don't have, what is it? We don't have a gold nib that matches the Montblanc 149. So we have this one here, which is the Montblanc 149. Yep. What we do have though, and we've been over this one before, is the Wingsung 632, and it has a gorgeous nib as well. Look at that. So yeah. Shine the light there to make it even better. Who knows? But yeah, they are very, very, very pretty nibs. Look at that. Very pretty. Bit more zoom. Yeah, bit more. So they're both gold. Yeah. Montblanc's a little longer. Yeah. Wingsung is very much a golden nib there. Both pens are very, very well made actually. The Montblanc, you've seen me use it or wield it, so that's sort of that's what you expect with this one. So it's got a bit of stubbiness to it. Look at that. Yeah, very much. All right. Wingsung 632. So this one. Self-explanatory, hey? Writes very well. It's not as silent as the Montblanc, but you know what? It has a similar feel to the Pelikan in terms of the vibration that you get off the tip of the nib. Like you can, it's not scratchy, but it vibrates a little as you run it across the paper. Yeah, I love it. I really do. Changed my tune at the beginning. I thought it was a bit rubbish, but now, yeah, now it's one of my favorite pens. Absolutely. Oh, plus it's an 18 karat gold nib in that. Yeah, it's 18 carats, so even more gold than the Montblanc for that one. Yeah, right, let's put it away. What else we got? We have, oh yeah, finally. So this one here, in the Montblancs, we have the what am I saying? This is the Wingsung 629. So the 629, very much like the 805. Sorry, what am I saying? The Montblanc 149, Montblanc 146. We have that guy there. You know, if you compare them, these two are very, very close. And in fact, so the Wingsung 630 versus the Wingsung 629 are both clones of the Montblanc. The 630 with these rounded ends here, like the cigar shape, much more like the Montblanc. But it also comes with the ends chopped off. And actually, I think I've got it right here. I've got one of them. Let's just show you what I'm talking about. So this one here is a 630. So it is the same pen. I mean, minor all those aesthetic differences. Same pen as this one. They're both Wingsung 630s, right? But this one has the tip cut off, as does this one. And then going with the same line of thinking, we've got the 146 Montblanc and the Wingsung 629, also with the ends chopped off. Everything else is much the same. Now, this Chinese Chinese Wingsung 629, this one here, has a gold nib. And it's one of the cheapest, lowest cost gold nibs in the market. And it's one of the most gorgeous ones. So it has a piston, much the same as the Montblanc. But yeah, this... I'm a left-handed, guys. And you know, this here, it's a bit sucky. I really, really, really don't like it. I should have spread myself out like I usually do. But yeah, let's just finish this off. Such a winner. Yeah. Is that focusing? There you have it. Gold nib. Gold, Chinese, Honkin, mid. Well, no, it's not Honkin. I use that word too much, don't I? Zoom in. Yeah, beautiful. It's not pretending to be anything it isn't. Looks a lot like the Montblanc, but it's not claiming to be. Look at that. Beautiful. So that's, oh yeah, let's put up against the 632, so against the other Wingsung, the gold nib. There it is. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Yeah, amazing. Some light reflections happening. Wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. They're both incredible, guys. If you don't have these, you really need to get at least one. Probably more even. Well, no, hang on, I take it back. This 632 is very expensive for what it is, I think, actually. I think it's about $400. Yeah, for $400, yeah, you can probably get a second-hand 146 Montblanc, I would think. Not a 149, but yeah, well, maybe. Yeah, it's not cheap, this one. The 629, though, so the Wingsung 629, this one, yeah, definitely. Definitely get one of these because they're not too expensive at all. Not too expensive. Really amazing value for money, to be honest. Yeah, love it. Oh, it's a B. You can see the broad there. Letter B. B is for broad. B is for the awesomeness. Yeah. Anything else, Willis? Anything else? Anything else? Oof, I don't think so. Are we done? Are we done? Yeah, I think that's it. I think that's it. All right, everyone. Zoom out. One last look at the page. Look at that. Look at all that. Haven't zoomed in on this yet, have I? The gold shimmer. Now we're going to go with the light. Get it to work better. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. Beautiful. So there, ooh, there, oh, look at that. That's the ink off the ADMOC M800. Look at that sheen. Look at that red coming out there, out of the dark. Yeah, that's Arctic Blast. I believe that's Arctic Blast anyway. I think that's what I picked. All right. You can see it here as well. Actually, no, it might be Upon a Star. You know what? I don't know. Could be either. They're both incredible. Both incredible. All right. Getting back to this here. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. So the top one, yeah, the top one here, with the really, really golden T at the end. So that's the M1000 Pelikan. That was this one. Yeah. And the one below it is the 800. The 805 Blue Dunes. So yeah, I've got a question. Which one do you reckon's best? Do you agree? Do you agree? Ooh, another feature. 805. It's translucent. This one is translucent. You can see as you put the nib in, you can see it going in. Yeah. And if you hold light up to the barrel here, you can see the ink sloshing around inside. So that's great because, yeah, this one you can't see inside anymore. This one's just, yeah, solid plastic. You can't see what's going on inside. Used to. Wish they hadn't changed it. Anyway, that's it for today. Thank you, everyone. See you next time.